going to the hands of Oheb is really good. That's also a steal because Nets loves to play that Bruno. Even when Bruno was off the meta, he was playing it like he was. I love Bruno, and yes, we do agree. The general is quite handsome.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sorry, we always off track.
Yeah, it's just the marksman
Fine.
focus. And if Nets is concerned, oh, I love this pick. You partner with the Kadita. Oh, finally, I've been using Kadita most of my
Man,
games.
they want to play fast here.
You
Yeah.
play mid lane now?
Yeah, man.
No, I
Oh,
thought
wow.
Rome got it though.
Yeah, but I love Kadita down the mid lane.
Oh.
She gives me good win streaks, bro.
Yeah, and the fact that you're playing Kadita means that it's a highly mechanical hero that allows you to train even harder. That's
Oh,
the entire
yeah.
reason why I picked up Benedetta as my first hero. Because if we want to train that fingers, age doesn't matter, your joints matter. And now the Edith will be locked in by, once again, the Blacklist International. You don't know if it's going to go to the hands of Edward or the Hitman. But still, crowd control is crowd control, and you gotta have it.
Yeah, that's a good hover or even thought for the Benedetta. For those of you who know, it's Womi's rank for the Benedetta. He's racing or he's going for the top global.
No, dude,
Benedetta.
cannot do that. It's so high, not even kidding. Like the highest that I've been here in the Philippines is Manila 56. But yeah, Cho lock-in on the side of Onyx. What do you say about this, Red Mario? You're making a stanky face.
No,
Yeah, man.
Okay.
It's
I
not
can
really
see-
a stanky face, more of like I'm just thinking about it more face, because for Xiva on this show, it's sort of like them already really trying their best to draft a lineup that can temper the potential snowball of Blacklist. Because when you draft Bruno, Kadita, Edith, you're obviously saying, hey, we want to play fast and we want to end this quickly. Because of how Cho and a lot of MPL pros always encourage Cho players to just be aggressive, constantly get that vision, pop off those concussive blasts, go into the jungle, get the info, invade, poke down. That's going to be Onyx's attempt into tempering that snowball factor of Blacklist International.
Oh, speaking of snowball factor, yeah, that guy is a factor.
Dang.
Because we're,
Whoa.
oh yeah, if we're looking for the next XP lane hero for Onyx Philippines, yeah, we're talking about also the general right on our screens here.
Yeah.
Yeah, they ban out the, oh.
I'm not even sure what those hand signs mean.
Yeah,
Like,
you
I
started
gotta
with the
be-
hand signs, bro.
I gotta be honest, I don't know what that means.
Yeah, how about you have a tier for that? No, we're doing the heroes.
Tier list?
Yeah, tier
hand
list for
sign
the hand
list?
signs.
tier
Yeah.
list.
Womi
Definite-
should do it.
Banana on top.
Minana on top, man. That looks like I would say a sign of brotherhood. It's not a G sign, it's a brotherhood sign.
Yeah.
And,
Whoa,
uh,
whoa. Wait, sorry.
Ixia banned though.
That's a hell of a read actually by Blacklist to take away this Ixia.
Pretty good, pretty good.
Because when you draft Cho Fred and then you show the gore, there is a high chance that Onyx are gonna pick a much more static backliner marksman. So Onyx flip the script and they go, yeah, we don't need backline an Eve style marksman. No, we're gonna pick up an Irithel. So they also want to be able to scale up quickly and move around quickly. Which
Yeah.
makes a lot of sense because you're gonna want to do everything to avoid the Edith and the Kadita.
Yeah, I do agree that the Irithel does have a lot of movement speed, and paired up with the sprint, just insanely good, especially if you have that ultimate dragon spear or the UDG.
Great Dragon Spear.
Oh, sorry, I upgraded it though without knowing. But yeah, it's a great dragon spear that adds movement speed as well. No assess to cap up the composition coming in from Blacklist International. We have Martis and Lapu Lapu. A lot of as a Kadita player yourself, how do you think would it play in this entire composition?
Bro, if you make combos yourself with the Petrify, even in your own ultimate, that sets up a great red carpet for Kadita to burst down members of even Onyx Philippines from the back line. You have the Bravest Fighter, you have the Asha Aura catch, and all of this working together and having Bruno on your back line, man, you're considering the damage of a ball, of a soccer ball, and you have the ocean with you. Scaling.
Yeah. Actually, from early to late, they have great scaling. They just need to make sure they always catch the gourd because their poke damage is close to non-existent.
Yeah.
If the Edith isn't out of her mech form, it's just gonna be the Bruno. So this that glue pickup,
Love it.
that is monstrous. That's a hell of a pickup here by Onyx.
Wow.
And again, it reactivates what Gem can bring to the table. He can be very disruptive. Again, we mentioned here the lineup of Blacklist International in terms of the poke. It's just the Edith and the Bruno. and it's only the Edith, and that's the case if Edith is actually out of her mech and she gets to use her ultimate. But because they picked up the glue, then now Blacklist International really need to be careful. Watch their timings, watch their positioning here. That was an amazing last pick by Onyx.
Yeah, definitely an amazing last pick there coming in from Onyx Philippines. Game 2 is about to start, and if ever Onyx Philippines does secure this game number 2, it's going to be their first win in the regular season in terms of matches, and it's also going to be the first time that Onyx Philippines will be able to secure a Game 2 victory against all the regular season meetups of Blacklist International and Onyx Philippines. It's going to be very interesting to see what's going to happen as we enter the land of dawn. We've talked about the Blacklist International squad here with the Kadita and all, but let's talk about Onyx a bit here. Perxiva on this show, another playmaking roamer.
Yeah, the show being present for Onyx Philippines is just a great way to target members of Blacklist International's hold in the back line or even in the front end. So by just having this rotation, if you've mentioned back in the draft, if vision is concerned for Onyx Philippines, they're answering it slowly. Right now, early game. Look at the fun fact here from Canon Ryzen. Has the same color as Ryzen from Yu Yu Hakusho. Wow.
That's his hair, right? Same
Yeah,
hair color,
I have
probably.
not watched Yu Yu Hakusho to know. This is so sad for me.
Yeah. Renmar, go ahead. How do you remember Yu Yu Hakusho?
I was a child,
Uh-huh.
all nearing on toddler. I just remember being happy as a kid. I kind of
And-
miss it. Oh, look at all those ruptures on the side of Blacklist. Now they really want to scale fast.
Yeah,
so again,
this is like the
it-
early game builds of early game builds.
Yeah.
Adaptive penetration.
we
bro.
mentioned it in the draft that their lineup is like that, but they also adjusted their emblems for it.
Oheb,
Oh no,
Oheb,
oh no,
big
oh no,
chase.
oh
Ryzen and Nets trying to secure the
Oh!
kill. He goes down, and that's Nets getting the first blood for Onyx Philippines.
This is so good for Onyx Philippines, mainly because you want the Bruno to be ahead at the early parts of the game. That's why you're picking up a lot of ruptures, just making sure that you have that early game damage. But Onyx Philippines, with that rotation, Renmar, they've secured that early game lead for the Irithel. What can Oheb do or what could Blacklist do to put this Bruno back in the map?
They're probably going to call for a lane switch early on, maybe in the second turtle. If not second, maybe into third, wherein they'll give up either the second or the third turtle, one of those, and then just go full all in on clearing a lane alongside Oheb.
Well, speaking of clearing lanes, XP lane though also gets the advantage here. We have 4 players right onto this lane, but the focus first objective goes to Ryzen. And now the follow-up goes for Perxiva. That's the way of the dragon. No follow-up, just trying to peel out Sensui. And that's Onyx securing the first objective onto this game.
Onyx Philippines able to secure that first turtle. Just like game number 1, they were able to control those objectives. And I do feel that the entry of Perxiva is also affecting the way that they form their lineups around those objectives. The way that they do it right now is just so much better compared to their other iterations.
Yeah, and that's what we were talking about here with the Cho pickup. You play aggressive, you play non-stop, you get info, you keep going into the face of your opposing jungler and opposing roamer, because that opens up so much space for your own team, especially around the objectives if you're going to time it around them. Ooh, forcing the flicker. Outside of Super Friends. You know what I just want to say, gentlemen? It's weird that we now live in the Philippines where Gord is no longer undefeated.
Oh man.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
True. That's actually
one
true.
loss.
The one loss, but you know,
Security Gord.
it's also I think it's already a miracle that Gord is in S tier pickup right now. If you think about it, you know,
It's the true damage, man.
it's true damage. We've always thought about Gord and I don't know.
That's our just good sound effects, bro.
And Naisu is actually going, what do you mean you don't know?
Yeah.
We've seen it from him, but only from him. But you know, at least pro players are doing it.
Yeah.
But you know, Naisu, former top 1 global Gord, salute. You know,
Man, he's just the perfect man, isn't
big
he?
respect. You know,
Yeah.
big respect.
He actually has a board in his own room.
What's a
what?
board?
A board, Gord's board.
Oh, yeah. Wait, an actual Gord? Wait,
Yeah,
was
he
there
had
an
it-
actual Gord board merch line?
No, he actually asked someone to create it for it's a custom Gord board.
Wow.
Yeah. and
I should
he-
ask that same guy that made that Gord board to make me a Benedetta sword.
Oh yeah, bro. Because right now.
I thought you'd say a full-on Benedetta figure.
No, you know what?
Life size.
Life size?
Yeah.
Is it wooden or inflatable?
Oh, it's okay. So the turtle, it looks great positioning right now from Blacklist International. Actually, no, Onyx rather. Excuse me. As Blacklist, they might go pitch and
Renegade!
maneuver. Oh, they found it!
Oh, that's the way of the Dragon Flicker combo. That's a follow from Super Friends. Now Renegade falls down. Perxiva takes the kill. Now follow from Haji. That's the bravest fighter. Connects onto the back line. Now with a follow up the damage.
Bang!
Connecting. Super Friends falls down. Haji takes the kill. And that's the back line entry. Follow up though. Edward still taunting. Being taunted. That's a knock up onward. Earth Shatter doing the work. Knocking up 2. Now that's the second turtle up for the grabs. Oh
That's the
boy.
way.
Oh boy, Edward, that's the
done.
onward, that's the shatter, now completely.
Primal Wrath.
The damage, that's the Primal Wrath connected to damage, but that's the taunt. The turtle goes to Ryzen.
Whoa!
Onyx, eyes on the objective. Haji still letting go of Ryzen. Perxiva forced out the flicker from Gem. Meanwhile, Sensui and Edward, okay, securing the line. Ryzen gives a thumbs up.
After a long fight, Renmar, they're able to secure that turtle. And they also, I think they did sacrifice
Yeah.
Super Prince for that one, though.
Yeah, so we expected it either the second or the third turtle. Blacklist will split their focus, and so they sent Renegade alongside to help Oheb actually to break down the tower in the bot lane, while Blacklist took a 50-50 to contest the turtle. But then Onyx, they just handled it again. There's something about how Perks, Evo, Ryzen, and Super Friends play just seems more cohesive. Alongside Gem, even in that fight. They play so well alongside each other right now. I don't know what it is. We can only assume, but I like what I'm seeing from Onyx.
Yeah, I have to agree. Onyx is looking like a different team just
Yeah,
because
a
of
different
one
team.
person. And that just goes to show that you got to surround yourself with people with the same mind.
Oh yeah, even better than you, because that's how you learn.
That's true. That's
Yeah.
true. That's
Yeah,
true.
man. Even in life.
Even life, you know, Onyx Philippines ahead now by 200 gold, but Ryzen goes
Look at
in.
that. Being ahead, he knocks up or knocks down Sensui with a slow, but still surviving. He has the orange. Now, Super Friends, guys, commending this hold even on this minute. Now, the focus is on top lane. They're looking at to slow down Oheb. That's the projectile.
Oh, wow.
Connecting on to Renegade. That's the slow. That's the burst, right?
No!
Boom! And taunt and knock up. Renegade falls down. No,
No
setup.
way,
No,
no way.
Oheb, no! Falls down again. Second time. Sensui goes back. And now Onyx Philippines is just completely taken up. So many crumbs to followed by Blacklist Haji. No! He's trying to still survive, backing away in his turret, still maintaining the defense, but onward from Edward though. Still buying time for Haji to bounce back. Still lives.
Onyx Philippines able to secure that crucial kills in the top lane, plus that turret does sacrifice Perxiva, but that flicker Jeet Kundo though, that was spicy coming in from Perks.
That was spicy, saucy. It was delicious what Perks Evo did there.
I'm
Getting
starving.
that double knock-up, double airborne. Oheb got away, but then he still got stunned, followed up by the Mystic Gush of Super Prince as well. So Onyx PH, man, still they're non-stop with it. They play around Perks Evo really, really well. A lot of confidence.
Edward,
That's the onward.
Oh,
That's
wow.
the shatter. Now with the,
No!
with the dragon powder, he falls down.
My
That
dude.
secures the kill. Haji though looking for an avenue, looking for a chance, but the knock up, another taunt from Ryzen. Haji being immobilized, using the Bravest Fire to escape the wrath of Onyx Philippines. Now Nets on a spree, and Onyx Philippines now eyes on the on this last turtle of the game.
disgusting burst damage coming in from Onyx. They bursted down an Edith 100 to 0. Renmar wasn't even able to use his Primal Wrath.
Yeah, right after Renegade tossed Perk Ziva, that was one of the smoothest dodges I saw. Instead of getting knocked up, he just straight up shunpoed right into
Right through
and
him.
across the Edith.
That's like a in-game equivalent of getting crossed in basketball.
Yeah,
It's like crossover. Or
yeah,
whatever.
Renegade got his
I don't play
ankles
basketball.
broken by that show, man.
Oh man, that.
I have not played basketball. But yeah,
You elbowed me in the chest, remember?
I'm sorry.
How did you forget, homie?
I didn't know that was illegal.
Perxiva? Oh,
Okay,
okay. I
that
thought they
was
were
a
actually
conceal.
gonna commit the play onto
Now,
there.
I am just feeling the struggle of Renegade right now. How do you manage to land that perfect ultimate combo with the Petrify? Because in a blink, with just Clock of Destiny, even Magic Penetration, which it's not enough to even burst down members of Onyx Philippines right
Yeah.
now.
He completely
Oh! Another setup! We were talking about it. That's the setup by Perxiva. Sensui falls down. That's the Mystic Gush. Back line onto the burst. Now Edward still holding the front line. Ryzen. Oh, Appraiser's Wrath. trying to peel one. Womi, you saw something.
They're loving it. It's a banger when the production decides to show you what's happening in behind the scenes,
Yeah,
right?
the holding areas of the
The
players.
holding areas of the players, yeah, Renmar.
Oh my goodness, Onyx, they're feeling it right now. Again, this is the team in the bottom half of our standing, 7th place. Still without a series win. We're able to take games against RSG, against Echo. Just got swept by Brent. Switching players around. And now they are on the way to potentially sweeping the team.
No!
Oh
Not
no!
with Echo.
Edward!
Again, Edward!
Being trapped into, that's the fall for
Renegade!
Renegade. Prop waves finally bursting down Super Prince. Renegade could be on a mission, but he's just totally getting vision. Right now, they're still holding the lane. Finally, Renegade gets a kill on this Kadita.
The Hitman does get one, and that's a crucial pickup considering that it's already time for the first Lord of the game. A 5v4 scenario here. No Super Friends means a no burst coming in from Onyx Philippines, but Onyx will be the ones to hold on to this Lord anyway.
Speaking of holding on, look at that positioning. Onyx is doing that.
Edward.
Earth Shatter follow up. Look at that. Trying to catch one. Sensui just completely bouncing out. He's engaging safely. Okay. No,
Just gonna regen everything.
Oh yeah. Still surviving that pokes. Okay.
The last pick glue was so massive for the draft here for Onyx. It's becoming a big problem. It's been a big problem here for Blacklist International.
Yeah, and Gem has been really good on picks that disrupt the backline, and I think Blue is the best in terms of disrupting people in the backline, not just backline, but also front to back. And that's the beauty of the Blue with this Lord. Half already HP, half down on the Philippines. They're going to try to hold on to this and poke down Sensui as well.
Oh. Looks like they spotted Renegade trying to make that combo ult work, but they have spotted. They know Horizon. It's just peeling off.
Oh,
that's the fall. Perxiva with a follow up with the way of the dragon. Edward still flees for safety. Onyx Philippines. They're just letting Renegade. Oh, just back and forth. Back and forth. No burst. No burst from Renegade. Now he's on a run for safety as well. Oh, this just strains of ultimates. He's now trying to escape Gem and Nets. That's a flicker. Trying to chase down Renegade.
Oh, he gets it!
Oh, no. Immobilized. Net secures the kill.
And look at the aggression coming in from Onyx. They don't really care if you've already burnt your ultimate. They're not going to stop. They know for a fact that there's no other way for Renegade to escape because he's running that Petrify. And now with that play, Onyx Philippines is able to secure this potentially a Luminous Lord because they did reset that Lord prior to taking it.
Oh wow, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, I think Onyx have finally found the right mix. With all of the pieces they can move around, all of the permutations that they can use to try and win games and series here in MPLPH, they may have finally found it. Gem, Perxiva, and alongside Super Friends, with Ryzen, with Nets, they are on the way to potentially sweeping Blacklist International. They just need to keep it disciplined and tight. Again, the wave clear here for Blacklist might be a little bit difficult because they're so up close. Not a lot of pokes. While Onyx, they can just run and gun it.
What the heck?
What the heck?
Whoa, follow from the back line. Renegade's looking for a way to take down Super Prince, but he's just by himself, being taken down by the Mystic Gush. He falls down. Oh, another one. Haji from Blacklist, another one falls down. Onyx Philippines, few moments away. And on the camera, on their gaming pod, they are rejoicing, completely being happy of the results. 5-man down for Blacklist International.
And they're just waiting for the minions to come in. The burst damage coming in from Onyx Philippines is way more than Blacklist International could handle. And now it's the Filipino sniper, the Hitman in 3. Gem comes in.
Oh, Oheb is still holding its base, holding base, but we're few hits away. Nets is still making it through. Yes! Being in front, using the back line, using
no way!
Here comes again. Nets takes out the kill. Haji as well with the exchange, and taking down one. Rice falls down. Blacklist with the chase, and now they bounce back.
An absolute disaster! Onyx thought they had it in their hands, but Blacklist holds on. on! A premature celebration by Onyx! The game isn't over yet! The series continues!
And now we're about to enter a part where Blacklist International could cash in on that team fight. They're going to go for the mid lane. This is a very slight chance that they might get that inhibitor, but it's a very, very slim chance. Onyx Philippines, they could still defend. They have Super Friends, and the rest of the squad is about to come up.
Those are the problems that you do not commit against Blacklist International. Onyx Philippines overstaying the welcome in the base. Having Renegade sacrificing himself again with his Kadita bought time and also kills for Blacklist to even slowly bounce back. Speaking of which, the burst onto one. Gem still survives. Perceive in the back line. Set up though. Super Friends making the way for the burst, but Nets takes down one. Edward falls down for Blacklist. And Onyx still looking for a way to secure individuals of Blacklist being isolated on the map.
This is a massive pickoff coming in from Onyx Philippines. No Agent Zero for Blacklist in this third Lord take. Renmar, how is this happening for Onyx Philippines?
Oh, they keep continuing. After every sequence, even though they had their backs against the wall after their failed attempt at ending the game, they still continued. Again, when you're on this show, you gotta translate that aggression, that desire to find info, to stay close to your opponents, to the rest of the team, and Onyx PH are doing just that. They're not letting go. They know they still have the lead. They didn't need to play back. They didn't need to play overly cautious. They immediately looked for their next kill, and they fought Blacklist when Blacklist also, they were the ones to initiate that burst onto Gem to start things off.
And now for Onyx Philippines, they have their third Lord here, marching into mid lane. The base of Blacklist International already exposed. This might just be their first win of the season, and the agents are not here for it. They want to see Blacklist defend, but can they against the Sonics?
Conceal is on now. It's on a roll. Haji's trying to hold down Perceive. That's a flicker. Bravest Fighter onto 4, but still maintaining the front line. But now Super Friends missed the gush, bursting down Renegade. And now with the HP Bars dropping down. Edward is by himself. Agent Zero, Legend Zero, taken down by Super Friends. 2-man down for Blacklist. Waves pushing in. Few hits, few steps away. Is this finally happening? Onyx Philippines. Will Onyx Philippines finally take a game out of Blacklist?
Not enough minions, it looks like.
Haji, he goes in for the ton. It's now in a 4v3 scenario. Haji's going to be able to go.
Bursted down Super Friends onto that follow-up, but this time runs Sensui onto the back lines, trying to make a play, but it's not enough. Onyx Philippines, few hits away, and they finally broke the code in the series with a dominating 2-0.
This winning moment is brought to you by our official sponsor, FWD Life Insurance. A game-changing substitution brings the first win for Onyx Philippines this season 12.
The win streak of Blacklist International ends, and a nightmare from the past resurfaces. Onyx has defeated Blacklist International. Onyx PH have finally found the mix for that first win in Season 12.
And what a game was that for Perceiva. Not just game, but the entire series. Perceiva making sure that everybody knows that he is here to win. All smiles